We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty, pretty ones, but the traditional ones.
I know.
They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life. We had this huge old book that I think
Her and
Mum
her
bought
mother,
from the library
maybe.
sale.
No.
The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between the pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper, undressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
So my grandparents actually had a fairy tale book just like that, with the tracing paper and everything. It's pretty cool.
How do I spell Rapunzel?
Rapun. What would you do? How would you play this game without me?
I wouldn't. I would lose.
Stacey, I only found 2 videos. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong.
Walmart. You spelled Rapunzel RIPX7.
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. How many of these in colour?
What if those aren't drawings and they're just like security camera pictures?
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, it's seeming like this woman had a very sad life.
Did I pass? Sorry, I messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do that card again?
Oh no.
What?
It was a psychological test.
Maybe. Yeah.
Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there?
Maybe
Blonde.
he had an affair. Blonde.
No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes blondes.
Helen is the one.
Helen seems to be coming up in conversation a couple times.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything.
Oh my god, no!
He looked at the cat flap.
Oh no!
What? Are you saying she scalped someone?
I'm saying that she wears a blonde wig and that's like her alter ego and that's the person she would talk to as a child
She's
in her
like,
attic.
I'm Rapunzel!
Yeah, she would put on her... That's why she would say we and she would tap at herself being like, hello Rapunzel, and she'd be like, hello Eve! Blah 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 blah!
Yeah.
And she would put on the wig.
This doesn't seem like that outlandish to me.
I know it's not outlandish. It's just upsetting because I'm imagining a little girl by herself in her attic, putting a wig on and talking to herself in the mirror. Isn't that sad?
I guess.
Stacey's like, I don't know. It seems pretty awesome. Like she has a great imagination.
Yeah.
And she would
I had imaginary friends till I was in like 8th grade.
not laughing at you. I'm just
No, it's
remembering
okay
something.
because like I had imaginary friends like way after all of my friends, and they were all kind of like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Don't you remember the Star Wars story, the Star Wars kid story? Like how I was fighting imaginary people outside, and my friend came to see me and was kind of like, "What are you doing?"
Oh my
there
God.
I was with the. Remember this story?
Stacey had a broomstick, and she pretended that she had a double-sided lightsaber.
Yeah.
and she was just fighting by herself, making
Outside.
sound effects to herself in 8th grade, and the boy she liked walked up and said, "See you later."
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember I used to, like, whenever I saw a really scary doll, I would think that the doll was going to try and kill me. So then I'd be really nice to the doll. This was, like, way past, like, that made sense. Like,
yeah.
15 to 16 years old, I'd be like, "Hello, doll. I've made you a bed. Don't kill me.
Don't kill me.
Like, it was, like, a legit fear I had, but maybe it was also because I was crazy. But, like, I'm just imagining this, like, a 7-year-old girl so lonely that she becomes friends with her reflection. Isn't that sad?
I don't know.
Stacey's like, "I don't know. Seems alright."
Seems normal to me. I'm not saying that it's like
And
normal
then she
for everybody.
grows up and still wears the wig.
I mean, maybe I just have like a really, I don't know, not well-adjusted view of life. Maybe I'm starting to realize that from watching this because I'm like, yeah, this all seems perfectly plausible. And then she killed her husband. Okay.
I think it's all... Stacey, the reason why I think these things is because it's plausible, but it also makes me really sad.
Yeah.
It's okay to feel sorry for her, even though she killed her husband. And
Possibly. We don't know that for sure.
You want me to play something? I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. Okay. Probably needs tuning. No. It's okay. How about a traditional ballad? Should be right up your street. Sisters came walking by the sea. Oh, the wind and the
Lady, you're so crazy.
Yeah.
eldest one pushed the other one in. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. See, they both had a love for the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain, but he only cared for the youngest one. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Oh, the eldest envied her sister fair. Oh, the wind and the rain, with a pretty little face and her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. So she pushed her in and held her down. Oh, the wind and the rain watched her as she slowly drowned. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Oh, she floated up and she floated down. Oh, the wind and the rain floated till a ship came by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Out comes the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain. Father dear, here swims and swan. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And then it gets really weird, so I think that's a good place to stop.
Yeah. So.
I think she's talking about killing Helen.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, it's a real song.
Oh, it's by the Grateful Dead?
Yeah. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain.
What does it get? How does it get weird after that?
I don't know. Yeah, it talks about all of that. Says the whole thing. They both loved the same man, and so she killed one.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
But only tune that fiddle could play was "Oh, the wind." The only tune the fiddle. Okay, because she stops and says it gets weird after that, but there's no more after that, right?
Where did she stop?
She's just talking about how she killed the younger blonde sister.
So the fiddler finds her bones.
Oh.
And then made a fiddle peg out of her long finger bone And then he strung his fiddle bow with her long blonde hair. And he made a fiddle of her breastbone. But the only tune that the fiddle could play was "Oh, the Wind and Rain."
What if she made a doll out of Helen's body?
Yeah.
I'm saying because she said...
Let's just go for gold.
She said there's a doll in the attic with long blonde hair.
What if she made... Oh, and then she was saying, like...
There's a blonde wig.
And it could be anything.
That'd
be, like, really bizarre.
What if she like took Helen's body and her hair and like made shit out of it?
Okay, but it's... Oh, I see. So they both loved the miller's son, but he was fond of the fairer one. So she pushed her
into the
river to drown and watched her as she floated down. Way to go, Grateful Dead.
No, but this is so accurate to her. So she...
Dead on the water like a golden swan.
So I assume that she found out about the affair, and she's always wanted to be a blonde princess. And then so she's like, oh my god, he's dating a blonde princess who's younger and more beautiful than me. I know, I'll kill him, and I'll kill her, take her hair and some of her bones, and make a doll out of it.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, yeah, we figured this out. We've got it. This is definitely what the game... Actually, I mean, I suppose it's the guy that made, like, the Silent Hill stuff,
he made one of the only good American Silent Hills. So, usually in Silent Hill, things are really, really, really metaphorical. Like, even the monsters represent fears.
Yes.
So, everything does that. So, I mean, this is not how real life is,
Mari,
everybody.
This isn't a metaphor. She actually did this. She killed, like, 5 people. And made wigs out of their hair and dolls out of their corpses.
That's my plan.
They just have to search the attic. They'll find them.
You know what? If that ends up being right, I'm gonna be like, fuck. So what do you want to search next?
Let's do prints.
I don't know if anyone really changes. You just become more yourself.
It's true.
Simon was my prince. And that hasn't changed.
Prince.
Mine.
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys. Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. Yeah. Plus, he had that look. He looked like a fairy tale prince from one of my books.
She's so nuts.
She's crazy.
Yeah.
He's a fairy tale prince!
Like, okay.
Oh, cool. We can go back to her. Okay, that's our history. It's this. I'm going to take glare filter.
What?
I like it more.
It kind of looks better when it's shitty.
Yeah, because also we can see our face. See?
No.
That's our face.
Oh.
See? That's every time it flickers, you see our face.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid that it'll go away if we get rid of the glare. I wonder what happens if I click.
Sweet.
This is so... Oh, instructions!
Introduction to the Logic Database. Computer technology is the... No, I'm not going to do a British accent. Otherwise, our British fans are going to hate me.
No, do it anyway.
Okay, go up to the top. Computer technology is the backbone of modern police work. The Logic Database is one of the many continuing efforts to digitize our workflow and preserve evidence in a manner which will allow you to work more efficiently. In the coming years, the computer will continue to be the most valuable item in your crime-fighting toolkit. This database contains footage transferred from the existing homicide and serious crime tape archive at Portsmouth. It has been automatically sorted using our ASR technology. Each statement made by the interview participants is stored separately so that they can be tagged for submission to court. The audio has been digitally stenographed, and the content of the testimony is attached to each clip. To retrieve a clip, type in a word, e.g. robbery, into the search field. Click search and blah blah blah. Robbery supermarket. If you are working from a printed Chinese script, you can be even more precise, use inverted commas to search for an exact match against an entire statement. To store a clip for later reference, click add to session. Also, if you wish to add additional tags of your own to help future searches, blah blah blah. Really read me. SB? Who's SB?
Here's the database I filled a Freedom of Information form to get you access. Everything seems to work. They transferred the videos off the original tapes in 1999, and then the Y2K thing hit, and they got mothballed. No one has touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detective footage on the possible blah blah blah, but you figured this would be enough.
Take your time.
Okay, so
There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical. We were the princesses. We had a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had a pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things.
what else do we have anything else you want to look up?
There's Princess and Fairy Tale.
I think we already looked up Princess.
Oh, we did?
Uh-huh.
Simon never cheated on me. He was devoted to me, and I was devoted to him. Nothing in life is easy. We were good to each other. Life isn't a fairy tale. You do what you can.
Hold on, I want to turn off the glare because I want to see what, I want to see what her tattoo is.
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys. Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time.
Let me out. That's not it. I want to see her arm.
Simon never
What is
cheated
that?
on me. He was devoted to me.
Looks like a snake going
And
after
I was
an apple.
devoted to him.
No, it doesn't.
Like a basket of apples, and like it's a basket and there's
Nothing
apples
in life
inside.
is easy.
I don't know what it is.
We were good to
No
each
idea.
It looks like a snake.
It looks like
other. Life
nothing.
isn't a fairy tale.
I know it's probably something, but like,
We'll
what?
never know.
Fairy tales.
Maybe because she's Eve.
Stories
right.
about lost
Snake in the apple.
princesses, evil witches, magical mirrors and lost children. So you see, even before I knew the truth, I'd found it in those stories.
She's
She's nuts.
yeah.
She's gone. Twin. Well, actually, we should look up Helen. We should actually try and, like, solve the mystery. Oh, wait, okay. So she's not there. Okay, twins. Twin. Right.
Twins? Really? Are you really asking me that question? Are you out of your mind? Twins.
What? That's the same thing! Ah! Are we, like, what are we... So I have a question. Even if we did figure it out, like, then what do we do?
What if we're her daughter?
What?
Yeah, what if they gave the baby away and we're her daughter?
Oh, yeah, that's possible.
And she's trying to figure out who her mother was.
She's probably actually trying to figure out why her mother is rotting in prison and exonerate her.
Yeah, be like, no. She's
No,
fine.
it's
Time.
fine.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Because every time we get a flash, we see somebody who looks like her. But this is taking place in the future because it said 1999.
Slightly in the future.
Slightly in the future because it said 1999, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Let's just be clear, though, people. Your mother is evil and she will always let you down.
Fact.
Fact. Unbiased fact.
Oh, my God.
Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
Wait, what?
So her mother had twins and gave her away, I think, is what I got from that. Also, this woman looks kind of like my mom.
I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
It took me a little while to figure out, and then I was like, why does this woman look so familiar? And then I was like, ah, shit.
I noticed it, and that's why I was trying to hold back. I was like, do you?
No, I'll just let her how are you feeling, Stacey? Are you feeling stressed?
That's why I kept looking at you being like...
You seem a little irritated.
I didn't want to say anything, because I was like, this woman looks exactly like Stacey's mom.
Yeah.
And then I was like, should I bring it up, or should I let her bring it up? And then I kept looking at her like,
and
she's
if you guys don't know, I have a very troubled relationship or lack of relationship with my mother.
Your biological.
My biological mother, yes.
Hey, Jay, what are you doing?
Maybe that's why I saw her and was instantly like, she did it. She's an evil bitch.
Well, no, I thought she did it too, but I was trying to let you be the lead, because I didn't want to be like, yeah, she's a bitch, and you be like, no! Shoot, Florence?
Yeah.
Oh, I spelled it right, somehow.
Yay!
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't.
How do you know this? Did you make it up?
She wrote all this stuff in a diary.
Wow.
Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
Did she steal her from her mother?
Yeah.
And we would have seen another thing of her if you hadn't turned off the glare thing. So good job.
Good job,
Thanks.
me. Turn off anti-glare.
Florence was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I guess.
Broken. Can you write down broken for me?
When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it. Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story wasn't there. I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just put it together later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family, but her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then. You know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know.
So one thing that confuses me... Oh, there's our face again. One thing that confuses me is that she says she has a dad, and then she said she was a widow, so she doesn't have a dad.
I think that...
and then at the beginning, she goes, all of these are just stories that we've been telling each other.
Mm-hmm.
So is she lying about everything?
I think this whole thing is a fallacy.
Like it's some sort of game?
Yeah. You think this is a game?